Hey everybody, it's Party Elite, welcoming you to a new Let's Play in Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. I'm super excited to dive in. We've been waiting for this for so very long, so I'm not going to bore you with a long introduction, but just want to thank the developers for giving me a key so that I can showcase this game on the channel. And boy oh boy, are we going to showcase the hell out of it. Those of you that are familiar with this channel already know my love for roleplay in games, so a game like this really calls to me. Now, I have a bit of a vision in mind for who our character is, what their background and story is, and how that'll drive their decisions. If you're not interested in any of that, then I'll have a timestamp for you in the description down below so you can skip on ahead. But if you are interested in our character's backstory and looks and all that, then watch along as we discover him together. So he will be of the Aserai. And the Aserai are the inhabitants of the Nahasa Desert, a mixture of nomadic Bedouin and settled oasis farmers. They're famous for their horsemanship and their knowledge of the learning of many lands, especially medicine, gained from lying on some of the continent's most lucrative trade routes. Each clan is fiercely proud of its lineage and often jealous of the others, but when united by a charismatic leader, they become a major force in the south. Now for us, caravans are significantly cheaper to build, and we have a reduced penalty to trade. And that is sort of the driving force of our character. Our gentleman was raised by a merchant family. They were excellent traders, they were well known for that, and they were trying to pass that same business acumen on to their boy. But their boy had eyes for a much grander future. So while he's been raised as a merchant and he understands trade quite well, he dreams of having songs sung about his deeds. So we're going to try and build something of a merchant kingdom, if you will. We'll partake in trade. That'll be very important to us. We'll be building caravans and, purchasing workshops and things like that. But that's not all. That doesn't mean we're not going to be fighting, because we are interested in having land of our own, marrying among the nobles and going to war. We fantasize about these things, and so we will get to experience a lot of that as well. Now, the character customization is very in-depth. There are many sliders to slide, there are many tabs to tab through, and I figured that rather than have you sit and watch me kind of, play around with all the settings, I would much rather go through with a bit of a cut and come back to the finished product. So a fairly handsome gentleman, this one. Could use a little bit more hair on the chest perhaps, but a pretty glorious beard. I could have gone much longer with it, but I do want him to look fairly well kept. Now this beard is hiding a rather sharp jawline and everything, so he's got good features. Again, he comes from a wealthy-ish family. He's not made of money, but he understands wealth with his high cheekbones and beautiful eyes. But he also understands manual labor, of course, loading up caravans, helping move goods, from market to market for his parents, hence the kind of buffness as well, though he has had some minimal military experience. So yes, pretty happy with the overall look he's got going for him. And let's go ahead and move on from the aesthetics and take a look at his actual backstory. Now, I already know what I have in mind for these choices, but I do want to show you the options and what they kind of give us. So you were born into a family of kinsfolk of an emir, warrior slaves, oasis farmers, Bedouin, urban back alley thugs, or, as we were, urban merchants. Your family were respected traders in an oasis town. They ran caravans across the desert and were experts in the finer points of negotiating passage through the desert tribe's territories. So mom and dad over here worked together to build our business and gain the respect of traders, of course, and they tried to, raise me in a way that I would pick that business up after they were to pass. So you can see it's helped my charm skill, and I learned their trade, which was trade, so my trade skill is getting improved as well. And as a child, I was noted for, was it my leadership skills, my brawn, perhaps my attention to detail and this adorable face that he makes, my aptitude for numbers, my way with people, or my skill with horses. Well, as a child, I was noted for my way with people. You were always attentive to other people, good at guessing their motivations. You studied how individuals were swayed and tried out what you learned from adults on your friends. So very early on, we got along with people really well, and they really liked us, and that really boosted our ego. So from a very young age, we were convinced that we were destined for greater things, for adventure, for leading people, because as a child, people worked up my ego. Now, in my adolescence, growing up, that I spend most of my time at the Town Watch's training ground like I would have liked to, with the alley gangs at the docks and building sites, with a tutor or perhaps caring for horses? No, of course not. As an adolescent, Mom and Dad made me help in the markets and with the caravan. So you helped your family handle their business affairs, going down to the marketplace to make purchases and oversee the arrival of caravans. Of course, I'm an adolescent. My parents are in charge still. But as I started to grow a little bit older, as a youngster growing up in Calradia, war was never too far away. So I stood guard with the garrisons, rode with the scouts, perhaps trained with the infantry, or even joined the skirmishers. Well, Mom and Dad would not allow any of this. I could not ride too far from home. No. At most, I could convince them to let me stand guard with the garrison. Urban troops spend much of their time guarding the town walls. Most of their training was in missile. So apart from all my social skills, I have now gained some skills in bow and some skills with engineering as well. So that should come in handy down the line. And then further on in my young adulthood comes my ultimate rebellion, of course. Before you set out for a life of adventure, your biggest achievement was leading a caravan like my parents wanted, investing some money in a workshop like I was initially contemplating, but then I decided, nah, that's not interesting enough yet. Perhaps I survived a siege or had a famous escapade, maybe a love affair, but no, love affairs are in my future, not my past. Or did I just treat people well? No. I finally rebelled against my parents, and despite their wishes, I decided to join the army. Not everyone who musters for the levy marches to war, and not everyone who goes on campaign sees action. You did both, and you also took down an enemy warrior in direct one-to-one combat in the full view of your comrades. So again, I have my ego sort of boosted. I ignored my parents' wishes, went out on my own, and it went quite well. And with that comes our recent past. Like many families in Calradia, your life was upended by war. Your home was ravaged by the passage of army after army. Eventually, you sold your property and set off with your father, mother, brother, and your 2 younger siblings to a new town you'd heard was safer. But you did not make it. Along the way, the inn at which you were staying was attacked by raiders. Your parents were slain and your 2 youngest siblings seized, but you and your brother survived because... Did I subdue a raider? Did I drive them off with my arrows, or did we just ride off on a fast horse, or perhaps even trick the raiders? No, none of this. In his hubris, he thought that he could organize the travelers to break out. You encouraged the few travelers in the inn to break out in a coordinated fashion. Raiders killed or captured most, but you and your brother were able to escape, and that is a source of guilt that will drive decisions for us through the campaign, I should hope. We, in our overconfidence, led men and women to be killed or captured. And so I love that idea. Thinking once more that he was better than he actually was, made a mistake. So our social skills are pretty well stacked. As you can see, very charming, a little bit of leadership, and good at trade. A little bit of engineering, some bow, and some one-handed and two-handed weapon practice as well. But after all that, of course, comes our name. What do we go by, folks? Of course, we got to stay on theme. So we are Partia of the Aserai, family of urban merchants. Had got along with people as a child. In my adolescence, I was in the markets and dealing with the caravans. When I was young, I stood guard with the garrisons until I kind of had a little mini rebellion and joined the army and did well. Ultimately, followed by my folly. On the topic of which, folks, as far as difficulty is concerned, I am thinking of going realistic with death enabled almost across the board. First of all, I just want to note that I'm keeping auto-allocate clan member perks off because I feel like it's in character for me to sort of guide and nurture my clan members. But apart from everything being realistic and enable death, I'm actually going to reduce player received damage to very easy. I'm going to be very blunt here, much like my skills in melee right now. I'm still a little rusty with fighting. Still haven't gotten to 100%, so I want to make sure that we're not just watching me die and be a prisoner for half this campaign. We'll start with the very easy. As we go along, we'll level it up to realistic as well. But everything else is realistic, death is enabled, and of course, like I mentioned with the clan member perks, it is not automatic. So, with all that said and done, let's get this party started, shall we? I am so excited to get this going. I really want to see how far we can push the limits and build a merchant kingdom and also partake in mercenary work and, you know, being a king and, anyways, we'll get to it. My brother here, Natsun. Brother, It's been 3 days now we've been tracking those bastards. I think we're getting close. We need to think about what happens when we catch them. How are we going to rescue Fatid and Alia? Are we up for a fight? This looks like an old training field for the legions. Perhaps we can spare some time and brush up our skills. The practice could come useful when we catch up with the raiders. I'm going to skip the tutorial. I've done it already. We have no time to lose. We can do more if we split up. Are you sure about that? Now, the tutorial does come with a little bit of story, but I'll tell you what it is. It's nothing major, because yes, time is of the essence. Alright then, let us split up and look for the little ones separately. I'll send you word if I find them before you do. One other thing, brother. We want people to take us seriously. We may be leading men into battle soon. Let's give our family a name and a banner like the nobles do. I wholeheartedly agree. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and leave the training field. And here is a little notification. A few hours after you leave the training field, you come across a wounded man lying under a tree. You share your water with him and try to dress his wounds as best as you can. He tells you he is a traveling doctor. To thank you for your help, he hands you a small bronze artifact, which he says was once given to him in payment by a warrior who said only that it was related to Neretzi's folly. He suspects it might be of great value. You resolve to find out more. So when you play the tutorial, you just obtain this in a slightly different fashion, and you also find out that your siblings, whose captors you chased down, had eventually traded hands, and so now they're out of your reach again. That's all the tutorial story is, really. Anyways, time to select our family name. So our first name is Partia, our family name is Al-Eat. Partia Al-Eat. Close enough. And as far as our banner is concerned, of course, going with the red and gold, and our symbol is very simple and yet very powerful. It brings life across the world, but where we come from, at times, if you test it, it also brings death. The sun. I think it's nice, it's beautiful, it's simple, and of course, if we regret our decision, we are able to change it later. But for now, we rally under the banner of the sun. And folks, we rally under that banner in a massive world. If you don't know how big this world is, it is absolutely huge. And down south over here is where our people are actually from. Before we get into all that, though, and before we get into adventuring, let's just take a look at our objectives and what we have to do here. So, Calradia is a land full of peril, but also opportunities. To face the challenges that await you, will need to build up your clan. So we have to raise a fair bit of money, grow our party to 20 men, and reach clan tier 1, so earn a little bit of renown, and also hire a companion. Now, as for the companion we want to hire, Partia has heard of various heroes out there in the world. He's heard these tales because he dreams of being among them. So he knows of some people that might be good to sort of pick up to join him in his cause, but that is something he'll leave for later. First, he wishes to prove himself otherwise. Apart from that, we have the Neretzi's Folly investigation. As you explore Calradia, you can learn more about your artifact and its importance by asking any lord or lady about the Empire's recent history. Very well, just got to talk to 10 nobles. And finally, we actually should take a look at our character. Our backstory basically has resulted in some skills being unlocked from the get-go. So under Charm, for example, we can get Icebreaker or Diplomacy. I feel like Diplomacy is a tale from our past, whereas Icebreaker is more what we're aspiring to be. We wish to mingle with the lords and ladies, so when we interact with them for the first time, there's a small chance of getting a +2 relation with them. They might like us more. Feel like that's fitting. Under Leadership, I could either give combat tips, small XP bonus per day to the party, or Raise the Meek, a medium XP bonus per day to tier 1, 2, and 3 troops. And I feel like that is more along the lines of who Partia is. So Raise the Meek to help our, even our smallest of men become big. Under Trade, we can either be an appraiser or a wholesaler. I was going to say my family sold, linens, olives, iron, silver, jewelry, that kind of stuff, like luxury goods, but goods nonetheless. So they taught me how to be a good wholesaler. I have not learned how to appraise swords and shields and armor. So a wholesaler is what we are. Now we have a focus point that we can spend somewhere, but I think it's a little premature to do that. We'll give it some time before we invest in a focus point so we can learn some more stuff. But for now, I think that's enough time looking at our character. We've seen our journal. We know what our requirements are, what we need to do. First things first, let's start to get some more men to follow us. Now, Poros down here is a city. Lycaron is another city that we can probably investigate to see if there are any nobles nearby. Lycaron typically has one around it based on my experience so far, just playing around with the game. But let's head down to Poros for now and see if we can't recruit just a couple of people and then make our way over, tagging these villages along the way. And as we arrive over here, we're going to go ahead and see if we can't recruit troops. Of course not. And there are no nobles in the area, it seems. Zeno, if he steps out, I might be able to speak to him and see if he has any ideas. We've got 40 days worth of food, so no need to get any food or anything. And let's make our way over to Kenoros, actually, and see if we can't get anything there. Now, as I make this journey in regular speed, I hope you don't mind, I just want to say really quickly, folks, if you would like to see more Bannerlords on the channel, the best way to make sure that happens and the best way to let me know is by leaving a like and a comment down below. So if you'd like to see more of this game and more of this Let's Play, then don't hesitate to let me know. Leave a like and a comment. I look at the number to get a quick read on what people are interested in seeing more or less of on the channel. And beyond that, I do read through all of the comments. So if you have any feedback for me, any thoughts on how I can make this a more interesting viewing experience, for example, or what have you, then yeah, feel free to let me know in the comments, because I do take all that into account to try and, of course, create a more entertaining show, basically. Apart from that, my plan is to release an episode of Mount & Blade more or less every other day. You can check out my schedule. It's the latest post I made under the community tab for my channel, so that can kind of let you know what I'm planning on doing in terms of release frequency. But really excited for this journey that we're taking, really excited to push the limits of this game, as I was saying earlier. Now, we should perhaps pick up some grain. Is it really expensive here? Wow, really? 70% more expensive? You know what? Cancel that. How's butter? Butter's the regular price? Sure. Let's go ahead and get some butter then. That will help with days until no food and food variety. We can get some cheese too. There we go. That helps our morale. 17 days of food. Pay a little bit of money. Not the end of the world. That sounds good to me. We've got a handful of people working with us. Let's head towards Sagora, and then we can maybe hit up Lycaron and see what maybe comes our way up there. And again, just got to be wary of any potential dangers. We can probably take on 10 looters, but I'm trying to avoid like cheesing or anything like that, you know? Arion of Sagora doesn't like us, and so he's not willing to let us recruit. What is the quest you have on hand? Deliver the herd to Husn Folk. Okay, interesting. Now, that's kind of in the direction I'd like to be going, if I'm honest. Husn Folk? Not sure. Husn Folk. This is one of the cities of, you know, where we're from, I guess. So I was kind of intending to make my way down that way anyway. So sure, let's go ahead and take that quest on. Typically at this scale, I would not accept any quests, but perhaps we can improve relations a little bit and also make a little bit of money. After all, money makes the world go around. I don't think I know you. My name is Partia, sir. May I ask your name? I am Marion. I lived all my life here, working the land as do my kin. A lot of the people here in Sagora, the common farmers and craftsmen like me, they like me to speak for them. Well, very well. I heard you may need some help with the problem. Some of the families in this village need to raise a bit of money. They've put together a herd of 12 sheep in Husn Folk, but with all the banditry on the roads, they can't drive it there on their own. We're not merchants or landowners, so we can't afford any losses. Well, I understand this. Moving goods from one place to another is something I understand, so tell me how I can help. If you're going in the direction of Husn Folk, you can perhaps take our herd there to Isna the Anvil. Some villagers will come along as well to help you drive the animals. Well, is there perhaps another way? I can assign a companion with 2 men, not an option, so I will take that 400 dinars. Don't worry, I will deliver your 12 sheep personally. Wow, very good. I'll ask the herders to be ready to accompany your party right away. Please be careful while guiding the herd. We can take some losses, but I expect at least half of the herd to be delivered. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm getting my movement tutorial here. Let's go ahead and get the tutorial out of the way, shall we? There we go. Anyone else I can speak to? I can speak to Penton of Sagora or Karabos of Sagora. No need. I don't think they have anything for us. Already recruited off of them. Let's go ahead and get some more troops with us, and then we'll head down towards Husn Folk. So first of all, like Heron, I've got to be careful, of course. Need to make sure that we don't make any foolish moves and get caught out of position or anything like that. All right, daily gold is just 7. That's not too bad. Anybody here? Tessa the Mule, Broker? No. Ooh, there we go. Regea, I recognize her portrait. Regea's party is here, so maybe if we wait a little while, we'll be able to actually speak to her. Meanwhile, we are able to recruit some troops. I wouldn't be surprised if Regea actually got a couple for herself. And not much else to do here, I don't think. I mean, we got to keep the sheep, obviously. I guess I could purchase some more food. We got 68 days worth of food. Oh, that's counting the sheep, though. Do not eat the sheep. Do not eat the sheep. Things here are pretty cheap. Let's go ahead and get that butter. Get that butter. I wish it wouldn't count the sheep so I could actually get a better idea of how much food we have. Let's do that. 90 days. I doubt we'll cut into the sheep. Pay a pretty penny for that. And let's actually wait some time and see if we can't catch Regea on her way out. The night's falling. Come on now. Where are you? Nope, those are the caravans. Wait here for a little bit longer. And is she making her way out? No, nothing yet. Ah, come on. We might need to make our way away. There she is. Perfect. Go ahead and leave and chase after Regea. Oh, interesting. She does not have a little, Oh no, carry on then. Farewell. Did not mean to click on you. She should have a little exclamation mark next to her name, but is she perhaps not a lady this time around? Now then, come no closer. Forgive me, but one cannot be too cautious. I would ask for your name. My name is Partia, madam. May I ask your name? I am Regea, rightful empress of the Calradians. I am lady of Lycaron and Oneira. Yeah, she's got to be a noble, of course. I shall remember your name. Good, remember it. What is Neretzi's folly? Let's go straight to it. Well, that's what some people call the Great Battle of Pendrake in the year 1077. Emperor Neretzes led an army accompanied by Kozaets and Aserai to fight a coalition of Sturgians, Batanians, and Valandians. It was a disaster for him. He died in it, but the victors didn't fare much better. I see. Is there anything else? Yes, can you tell me anything about the battle? Of course. I did not witness the battle, but my husband, Erenikos, spoke frequently of it. He was one of the Emperor's trusted commanders. He could not stop Neretzes from marching to defeat, but he managed to salvage something from the disaster. When the Sturgians came over our barricades, he managed to lead a group of Neretzes guardsmen out the back. My husband's small force held together and were joined by stragglers and fugitives. He described the march back. No food, little water, marching day and night to keep ahead of the enemy's outriders. But they survived, the only organized imperial force to do so. The city was in a state of panic after hearing rumors of what happened. Erenikos kept things from descending into chaos. When it came time for the Senate to choose the next emperor, there was no question that it should be him. I loved him before as a man, but that day learned to love him as something more. What a gift he was to the people of Calradia. Thank you, milady. Wonderful. So our log has been updated, of course, because we have spoken to Regea, got some valuable information that will help us understand the artifact. 9 more to go. Fantastic. Now, let's go ahead and, make our way towards Hassan Fulk. There are some looters over here. Maybe we can hit them up. Seems they're going the opposite direction, though. I don't know if we'll have the opportunity. Yeah, let's not chase too far out of our main direction. Kenterion looks like a good stop where we might be able to pick up some more recruits and some mountain bandits that we outnumber heavily. Ooh, Imperial Vigla recruit. Very well. A little bit more expensive, but that's not a problem. Let's see if we can't intercept these bandits over here. Pick up some loot, perhaps. A little bit closer. Don't follow them into an ambush, though. Gotta be careful. Oh. Good stuff. It is slightly in our favor. Mountain bandits can be a little bit dangerous to deal with. Today's not your lucky day, friend. How about you hand over your silver? It'd be a real shame to have to cut anyone's throat. Fight me if you dare. I'll be cutting yours. Now, folks, as we dive into this battle, it's a little dark, so I'll do a little bit of post work to make it a bit brighter. Hopefully it'll be easier to see. But I'm also looking forward to showing you a little fun something that I'll be playing with. It's a bit of a mod. You got to get Voice Attack, which is a piece of software for the computer. And the mod itself is called Screamerlord. And it allows you to do things like this. Men. Everyone! To me. Stay close. You can give orders using voice commands, which, honestly, I'm more than happy with. Men. Warriors. Charge. Attack. All right. Now, then having someone on horseback was definitely not part of the plan. We will take some losses, I fear. Alright, here we go, here we go. This is a harder battle than I initially anticipated. Oh man, we lost somebody. Come on. If I can even get him off his horse, I'll be fine with that. Nope, way wide there. Alright, seems like he is making his way. Turning around. Come on. No, no, no. Oh, really? You want to charge him? Come on, come on, come on. Gotta get him down here. This is dangerous. And it being so dark is not helpful. Alright, good stuff. If I can get him off his horse, we'll be fine. 13 arrows left. Oof, that hurt. Down goes the horse. Down he goes. Excellent. Our men will make quick work of that. Now, we did lose some men, unfortunately. Hopefully they didn't die, maybe just wounded. But a good fight. A good fight. Oh, yes, we lost 2 men. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Yikes. Did not expect one on horseback. I should have checked what troops they had. But the highwayman is our prisoner. Should be able to fetch us a little bit of money. That'll be nice. And what kind of loot have we got here? An Imperial Charger. Riding level 60. I won't be able to use that. All right, fair enough. Let's go ahead and pick all that up. Sounds good to me. Yikes. Let's head over to Morenia over here and see if we can't recruit those that we've lost. That was a little rough. These mountain bandits, 7 hillmen, 2 brigands. I think we'll let them pass by us. Lick our wounds a little bit. I am a little hurt. Took a good smack close to the end of that battle, didn't I? Got enough food. I could simply sell these baggy trunks. I'm not going to be using those. The wrapped shoes. No need for those either. And the grapes as well. They're selling quite high over here at 41, so sure. I mean, I didn't pay anything for them. Let's go for it. Good stuff. Make a little bit of money. Why not? But actually, wait here for some time. Cool. Let's make our way out. Gotta go down this way, I suppose, if I'm gonna make my way to... Oh, it's so far. The map is absolutely massive, which is really cool. It is really quite impressive how big the map is. We're really coming close to these mountain bandits. You know what? They're asking for it. And I do want to give you a proper show of Screamerlord. Again, the name of the mod is Screamerlord, if I didn't say it earlier. You can find it on Nexus Mods, and you need to have voice attack to use it as well. Now, they're saying this is a robbery. I'm going to show them they're very, very wrong. Need to make an example out of me, I'll make an example out of you, buddy. Now, one of them seems quite well armored, so I'm a little worried about that, and the battle is in their favor. Yikes. All right, let's see what we can do. Men. Everyone! Go there. Move out! Get them on top of that hill, see if that helps them a little bit. They do have some fairly heavily armored individuals with shields and all. Into level there. Stuff. Time to move. And get stoned to death. Buddy over there is getting a little adventurous, it seems. Oh, good hit. Ish. That's right, chase me, chase me. Come after me. Oh, are you kidding me? With that shot. Nope, with that one too. This is not good. Need to be performing a lot better if we want our men to survive. Because of my hubris. Let's go. Ah, I'm really bad with a sword on horseback at times. As was exemplified there. Down he goes. Good stuff. Alright, that's right. Chase me. Good stuff. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, come on now. Gained a level. This guy's trying to take me down. I say no. Seems we've done all right. I don't know how many we lost there. Well done, men. Not our cleanest fight, but good fight nonetheless. A good victory for us. Gained a decent bit of renown and morale. No deaths. No deaths. None wounded. None routed. Well fought. Well fought. Some good prisoners. A little bit of gold picked up as well. And, ooh, studded fur armor. I should probably put that on. It is lighter. It is better armor. Yeah, let's go ahead and equip ourselves for what's ahead of us. Now this is a lot better as well. Let's go ahead and put that on. It doesn't really look the part. You know what? It doesn't look cool enough. It's got to look cool too, right? Let's go ahead and pick you up. Western Infantry Axe. That'll be quite nice. Some wrapped shoes and some leather shoes as well. And these leather shoes, neither of these shoes are really worth it for us, but I'm definitely glad we got the Western Infantry Axe. Cool. That was absolutely worth it. Let's head down towards Chorus over here. Some looters, if they want to challenge us. Come at me. No? You fear me? Good. Good. Fear me. Fear Partia. I'll eat. Go ahead and recruit some more troops here. How much food have we got? 60 days worth, but of course that includes the sheep that need to make it. So let's go ahead and purchase some grain. It's pretty cheap over here. Go ahead and get, sure, 25. I'll pay 100 for it. Food variety is kind of low, but that's okay for now. Morale is very important. I do want to make sure I keep an eye on that, but let's head down to Vostrum for now. I think we should be pretty clear to get down here. Keep an eye out for bandits. No, nothing. Excellent. So, here's why I want to get to Vostrum. Not only can I go over to the Tavern District and ransom my prisoners, it seems I can also speak with Seaver Bloodaxe, who is a wanderer. A man I've heard stories of. I hear he's around these parts. Perhaps we should go speak to him. I have nowhere near the money I need to hire him, but it doesn't hurt to speak to a man. And typically they chill in this corner over here. No, he's a ransom broker. Interesting. You have the bearing of a warrior. Damn right. You have a minute? We may have interests in common. Go on. Splendid. I suspect that you may, in your line of work, occasionally acquire a few captives. I could possibly take them off your hands. I'd pay you, of course. Are you a slaver? Ah, no. Slavers are rare these days. It used to be that, when the Empire and its neighbors made war upon each other, the defeated were usually taken as slaves. That helped pay for the war, you see. But today, for better or for worse, that is not practical. What with the frontiers broken and raiders crossing this way and that, there are far too many opportunities for captives to escape. But that does not mean that war cannot be profitable. Indeed, it still can. Many captives are still taken, and their families will pay to have them back. Men such as I crisscross the Empire and the Outer Kingdoms, acquiring prisoners and contacting their kin for a suitable ransom. So, were you to acquire a few prisoners in one of your victorious affrays and wish to relieve yourself of their care and feeding, I or one of my colleagues would be happy to pay for them as a sort of speculative investment. What if their families can't pay? Oh, I suppose I could sell them to the republics of Geroia to row their galleys, although even in Geroia they prefer free oarsmen these days. But it rarely comes to that. You'd be surprised what sorts of treasures a peasant can dig out of his cowshed or wheedle out of his cousins. Okay, fair enough. Well, what can I get for a prisoner? It varies. I fancy that I have a fine eye for assessing a ransom. There are a dozen little things about a man that will tell you whether he goes to bed hungry or spices his meat with pepper and cloves from the east. The real money, of course, is in the aristocracy, and if you ever want to do my job, you'll want to learn about every landowning family or tribal chief in Calradia, their estates, their offspring, both lawful and bastard, and of course, their credit with the merchants. Okay, would you be able to ransom me if I were taken? I don't want the answer to that question. That's all I need to know, thank you. I wish to ransom one of my companions. I don't have any prisoners, but that's good to know. Cool. I assume that's who I spoke to. I'll be staying here for a few days. Let me know if you need my services. Oh, can I get a higher? Oh, could I have gotten a higher ransom? Man. Are you perhaps the man I'm looking for? Expert thug. Perhaps we just missed the man we were looking for. Feels as though he's left. Very well, then we shall leave too. Perhaps we were mistaken. It says he's right here. Strange. Oh, I guess he was just sitting among the people. I don't think I know you. Peace to you, stranger. My name is Partia, sir. Tell me about yourself. Aye, you've heard about the death of the last emperor? Well, what most people believe is a pack of lies. I was in the Vagar Guard in the time of Erenikos. We took our discipline seriously. We were proud of it. And the riots happened. What I saw in Lycaron, even now it makes me feel ashamed. It wasn't easy for the men. They felt the city turn against them, blamed them for killing the emperor, whereas we were sure that we were innocent of his blood. There was some sort of trick. But even so, there was no excuse. We could have marched out in battle array. No one would have stood against us. If we couldn't restore order, at least we could have gone home with honor. But instead, we turned our anger against the city. My comrades looted, set fires, even murdered those who were supposed to protect. It was a disgrace. So I've heard about the riots in Lycaron. It was an ugly thing all around. I thought of going home, but I lost what dinars I had saved during the riots. If there is a warband looking for good men, I would like to earn it back. Right now I'm between jobs, so if you've got any work for me, I'm willing to discuss it. Well, I could use someone like you in my company, but unfortunately I just can't afford that right now. I must leave. Alright, well, we know how much he'll cost at least. Definitely something I want to consider, but like I said, we don't have that kind of money. Now, apart from that, back to the town center. Let's go ahead and trade a little bit, because I do need to purchase a little bit of wood for what I have planned. So, hang on, did I sell off? No, I still have the weapon, right? So, like I said, my family, they sold goods. Now, hardwood here is a little expensive, which is a bit of a bummer, but it's fine. Well, I'm sure we'll make that money back. Go ahead and purchase 4 of it. Right, well, 152 we're spending here. But yeah, as I said, my family doesn't quite understand selling swords and shields and armor, but they do understand selling the things that those things are made of. So, we're quite expert at breaking down the goods that come in post-battle. Now, the thing is, we can definitely go back in and trade everything we get out of such an action. So we got 5 pieces of wrought iron. Each one sells for 63. Obviously, goes down a little bit as you oversell. And we get 299. How much did we pay to buy? I should have a little notepad so I can write down my transactions. But nonetheless, decent bit of money. We can also, of course, sell the extra studded fur armor. I want to keep my fob and get rid of everything else as well. Get our money. And I do have the Imperial Charger that I can't use, but perhaps I can find a place that will purchase it for a better price. 421. I'm sure we can get a better price elsewhere. Let's go ahead and do this right. Really, we're still over capacity? There we go. Just had to sell a bit of grain. And done. We're over 1K. Money's looking good. Are we able to recruit troops, or do we even need to? Sure, let's go ahead and recruit these 3. Brings our number up quite nicely, and if we take a look at our party, actually, we do have some Imperial recruits who are ready to rank up, so let's go ahead and get some Imperial infantrymen. I'd like to get 10 infantrymen for a nice infantry corps, and then we'll get some archers as well, and then it's going to get real fun as far as commanding troops with Screamerlord is concerned. Oh, I'm so excited. 10 looters, 7 looters. Sure, I wouldn't mind if either engaged me, but they're, of course, cowards before me. Let's go ahead and get ourselves to that 20. Beautiful. Keep a track of the prices here. I think we've got more than enough food. We should be fine. 51 days. Of course, that includes the sheep, but we're very close to Hassan. Bulk. Keep moving here. See if we can't cut off some bandits or looters and get some more equipment we can perhaps, have smelted down to then trade. Lavenia Castle, Erubelos. No, we'll keep moving. Let's see what we can get at Temnu, perhaps. They produce clay. Maybe we can get a lot of clay for cheap and sell that elsewhere. Clay can make a decent bit of money. Wow. Sold at Poros for 52. Are you kidding me? Purchasing for 12, selling for 52? Yes, please. I'm tempted to just kind of buy them out. Go ahead and buy. Gonna do a little bit of back and forth, but that's the trader's life for me for now, right? Let's not exceed our capacity. That'll slow us down too much. 156 we've spent. Sure. We'll soon be rid of the sheep, but sure. Yeah, that sounds good to me. We have to make our way back to Poros. That's all the way back where we kind of came from, but that's not a problem. Let's see if we can't catch up to Pharaon's army over here. They might be able to give us some information as well. Pharaon, it must be a well-known name leading an army. Tell me your name. Forgive me if I have met you before and do not remember the occasion, for I have seen many warriors come to this land and pass swiftly into shallow graves. I'm glad he identifies me as a warrior. I am Partia, sir. May I ask your name? I am Pharaon of the house of Leopenardis. Leonipardis? Fair. Our family has stood in the Senate and discharged its duties honorably since the first days of the Empire. I am Lord of Poros. Funny, you should be that. I'm headed there soon. Can you tell me anything about the Battle of Pendraic? I wasn't there. I know Lucan has some thoughts about it. Fair enough. Well, Lucan was last seen where? Samatha. We'll track that. We'll maybe make our way there afterwards. Well, thank you very much, good sir. I will be on my way to Hassan Fulk. See if we can't get down there safely. Complete this quest. Oh, it looks like they're at war with our people. In fact, it looks like we might not be able to pull off our quest, depending on how this battle goes. Oh, but it seems like Karith is returning here. I'd like to join in on the fighting, of course, but it seems a little too early to sign up, so to speak. A little too early. Let's go ahead and... we can't recruit any more troops. We're almost at our cap. Take a look at perhaps selling... No, I definitely want to sell the clay at Poros. That's way too much money to say no to. Well, we're done here. Let's wait here for some time, and hopefully this battle ends soon. And hopefully it ends in victory for our people. Are you kidding me? We failed the quest. Wow. It's not even our fault. We were en route. We were doing our job. You failed to deliver the herd in time, as Arian of Segura has asked of you. The shepherds and the herd left you. Man, that is so frustrating. We were right there, and if it wasn't for the siege, we would have had it. Well, now they think I'm a thief who stole the, who stole the, sheep, I think. That's unfortunate. Well, let's wait here for some time more. Let's see if we can't, recover what we lost. Hopefully, the siege will not be lost by ours. And we'll be able to go in there and perhaps speak, at least, and... Or the siege will be lost. Oh my! Well, we can still head there. We have no enemies here. Not as far as they know, at least. That is an interesting situation. Let's see if we can't speak to her and maybe convince her that it wasn't intentional. We were on our way. Hi, my name is Partia, madam. May I ask your name? Someone I don't want to mess with. I apologize. It seems I have already messed with you. Man, that is really unfortunate. That is really quite unfortunate. But the risk of being a merchant on a timeline, I suppose. Let's go ahead and at least trade out... Oh, the sheep have gone as well. Where have they gone? What a waste. What a waste of time and effort. Now we have to make our way back in the hopes of getting to Poros when the clay is still worth something. Regea has made her way down here as well. Well, let's see. We won't let that stop us, right? See if we can't recruit someone in here. I'd like to, just for consistency's sake, get one more Imperial Trooper. Imperial Trooper. Makes it sound like Star Wars. Chase after you a little bit. See if we can't cut you down. No, don't want to fight in the night. Pull back over to Erubelos. There we go. Let's get an Imperial recruit for ourselves. Let's actually take a quick look at our party as well. No one we can upgrade just yet. Ah, ain't that a shame, folks. Ain't that a shame. Let's head down here, see if we can't cut some of these guys down. We'll see how that war goes. I hope our nation doesn't lose it. That would put me in a very interesting situation for this playthrough. Oh man, still chasing after these 9. They might be a little bit... Nah, we're the same speed. Chase them right into the water, it seems. And right around. Come on, we're so close to them. Ride them down, men. Beautiful. Beautiful. What do I want with you? Surrender or die, brigand. I'm incensed. I'm furious after what happened to me. To the battlefield. Let's slaughter them. Men.
Soldiers!
Shield wall.
Form a wall!
Infantry.
Infantry!
Move. Go.
Get moving!
There we go. So voice recognition obviously is sometimes a little fuzzy. Hoping it's not too bad and we can use Screamerlord, because it's just so cool to be able to yell commands Now we're in shield wall, so we'll absorb the charges. Come on. Loop around here. Alright. Men. Charge. There we go. I only have so much patience. There we go. A little bit of damage down there. Only 2 damage delivered. I must have hit him with my horse instead. Seems we've lost some men, unfortunately. Oof. That never feels good. Oh, that never feels good. How many did we lose? 2. Victory is ours. Oh, I should have checked how much renown we got. A little bit of gold. And some loot that we can get rid of. Capacity has exceeded, or been exceeded, but I think we're close to Vostrum. Let's try and head down here and just trade out what we've picked up. Fair bit that we can get rid of, I think. We'll keep the clay still, but all this, the rugged gambeson now, let's see. 9 more body armor, but no leg armor with the gambeson. We'll leave that. We'll sell it, rather. Not leave it, but we'll sell it. And what about you? More armor. Looks the part. Cool. I do want to keep my original gear for now. Just a personal thing. And we're still over. Let's get rid of some of the grain here as well. Beautiful. Get that money, and let's see if we can't recruit to our 20. I do believe some more people leveled up, which is good. Get ourselves 6 Imperial Infantrymen now, and continue our journey towards Poros. Ever the traitor. That's traitor with a D. I don't really need anything else, right? I've got, what, 20 days of food? Sure, we can keep going for a while. Maybe engage some more looters and bandits if we come across them. But we're headed to Poros, and then to Samatha to see if we can't find another noble. Can't believe I'm dragging clay this far across the land, but I guess distance is what makes things valuable, right? All the way back to where we started. I always find that funny. There we go. Trade clay. Ah, see, the price has dropped so significantly. I know I can get it for more. Let's see if we can't find a place where we can get it for, sell it for more, rather. Move up towards Samatha. I've got to keep an eye on the prices, right? I got to keep an eye on the prize and an eye on the price. Without money, nothing works. That's cheaper over here. Let's go up to Samatha. What do you want? Deliver her to Vostrum. I'm gonna check where Vostrum is first. I believe it's close. Somewhat close. Not in the same direction as we were originally planning on going. It's right down here. Sure. You know what? I will take that quest on, and hopefully this time I'll actually get there in time, and there won't be a siege to stop us from accomplishing our mission. My name is Partia, sir. You own the land around here very well. I heard you may need some help with a problem. Heard of 10 Midlands Palfrey in Vostrum. How can I help? Just head them over there and get it to Garatops the Vintner. Fair enough. For 400. Don't worry, I'll deliver them personally to Vostrum. This time. As a professional man of trade, you have my word it will get there. Down to Vostrum. It's not too far. We have enough of an army with us that low-tier bandits and looters shall keep clear. This should be easy and nearly guaranteed. I should hope. Keep going. There we go. We can speak to some caravans as well to get some rumors about trade and maybe get a better idea of where we can make some good money. But for now, play here doesn't go for very much. Let's go and speak to the Vintner. My good friend, I have some horses for you. Please take them off my hands. I don't know you. I suppose you should tell me your name. I am Partia. And who are you? Garatops, a merchant here in Vostrum. I own a wine press. Well, about the task that Ukor of Keneros gave me. Yeah, inspecting 10. I've brought them here as agreed. Beautiful. Relations increased. Received my 400. Nice to have a little bit of success. We are able to go around a little bit. I could potentially speak to, or go to the wine press and look at purchasing marketplaces and workshops and things like that. We, of course, don't have that kind of money just yet, but it is an option for the future. Owning workshops can make you some really, really good money. Running caravans can make you some good money as well. Lots of ways to play it. Let's go ahead and chase after Turiados here. Speed of 6. We'll never catch you. 4.5 out there. We're 3.7. What's weighing us down? We're not so fast at night. We've got prisoners with us. Very well. Let's turn around. Head north towards Samatha, perhaps. See if we can't find... Ooh, hello. He's headed our way. And he turns around. It's like he saw us coming. Let's go ahead and see if we can't find some more looters or bandits along the way as well. Samatha is kind of far. Oh, Samatha is very far. Definitely some room for violence en route, I think. Oh, hello. Get them up against the mountains there. Chase them down. Surely they won't get away. They're on foot. We're on horseback. Well, some of us are. I could buy more horses. Buying horses to a certain amount makes you faster on the campaign map. And they are taking me away from Samatha, which is a little unfortunate. But I've chased them for so long, I'm not about to surrender now. A quick and easy end to this chase, I would imagine. Oh, we're so very close. We're going to have them cornered. Beautiful. What do I want with you? I wish for you to die. Really is that simple. The battlefield. Now let me know if you'd like to see me auto-resolve more often. Men.
Hear me!
Shield wall.
Raise your shields!
Have them guard the water over here. It typically slow. I don't know if it's deep enough to slow our enemies down, but we'll see. I'll pop shots from back over here. As they get closer, we'll charge in and hopefully get some good hits in. And the rocks ready nice and early, aren't they? Look at those throws. Those are pretty impressive throws, I'm not going to lie. Nice. Got a hit there. Oof. Just barely missed that. Come on. Kidding me. One down. Oh, he just stopped short. Would have had him. Alright, these rock throwers are hurting my men. There we go. Stuff. Men. Oof. Men. Come on now. Men. That's the thing about voice commands, is it can get really iffy sometimes. And that slows you down. It's okay though. Let the men have this. Yeah, I gotta train my voice a little bit more. But I think it's super cool that if it works, it'll be super fun to command our armies. Gain some renown, gain some morale, that's pretty good. Actually lost somebody. I wish I'd been a bit more aggressive and saved that lost life. Got some gold. We have some prisoners as well, of course, as some loot. We'll trade off, perhaps even just down here at Dynistica. And perhaps some folks that we can speak to as well. Let's go to the tavern and just get rid of our prisoners. They're slowing us down a fair bit. And if we look to trade... They're still not going at a decent price over here. No, not worth keeping. Get rid of you as well. All of you. There we go. Good stuff. A little bit of money made. And let's leave and see if we can't intercept Oros. Close enough. Who are you? My name is Partia, sir. I am Oros of the House of Mestrikaros, one of the most illustrious families in the annals of the Empire. I am Lord of Dynistica. He must have some answers for me. Can you tell me anything about the Battle of Pendraic? I wasn't there. Oh, I know Lucan has some thoughts about it. Okay, well, where was he last seen? Near Makeb. Sounds far. Well, thank you. I guess that's the best he has to offer. I suspect Sanian won't have much more for me either. Makeb is all the way up over here. That is so far away. He's out adventuring, I suppose. What else is going on down south over here? Is the war still active? Perhaps. Perhaps. Let's head north. Let's clear our way over here. Keep moving up. See if we can't offload some of that clay, right? Would be nice to do. I mean, if we can sell it for the 50 that we saw at one point, that would be huge, right? Let's see if Onaira is interested in it. Again, just making these stopovers because we're nearby. Don't need to actively chase the trade of clay. we get a good deal in one of the spots we come by, then I'll take it. Let's see if we can't speak of... Who are you? Pretty 7.2, kind of fast. Maybe we can catch up to him. You don't know me. My name is Partia, sir. You are Ganiminos of the Eleftheroi. I do not believe we have any quarrel with you. No, no, you don't. You may have heard of us, the Eleftheroi. Our fathers were thieves and runaways and troublemakers. We won't deny it. We came here because they didn't want us anywhere else. But I'll tell you this. If the Empire survives, it'll be thanks to men like us doing the hard, bloody work out here in the wild fields, not those who sleep comfortably in their beds. I'm gonna leave now. Yes, good to meet you as well. There's not much I need to speak to him about. Let's keep on moving. Over at Sotai. I should keep an eye on my food levels as well. We've got more than enough. Let's keep moving. See if we can't come across... Yeah, some looters. Excellent. 11 of them. I do need to recruit another soldier as well. Let's not forget that. You guys might get away from me. No, there we go. Closing the gap. Beautifully done. And we want you to die is what we want. Let's begin. I love a good battle. It's just so fun, even when it's simple and small. Men.
Warriors!
Shield wall.
Shield wall!
Infantry.
Warriors!
Move.
Onwards!
Come on. There we go. Gotta practice my archery a little bit. Got a good hit there. Rocks coming my way. Okay, here we go. It's battle time. Let's push in. I want to practice my swordsmanship on horseback. It's definitely something I need to get better at. Though really at the expense of my men. I don't know how I feel about that. There, got a good hit there. Men! Men! Oh, charge. Don't want to lose men. Oh, what happened there? I feel like I bounced off my own man's shield, but looks like we've done quite well. A quick survey of the field seems to indicate as such. Well done, men. Well done. Yes, we lost none. Good. Gained some renown and morale. Feeling pretty good about that. Good, got some prisoners. 15 Empire peasants. Don't necessarily want them with me, if I'm completely honest. What am I to do with peasants? Leave them be. I don't need to... I've already led to the death of many, innocents, non-warriors in that one incident, let's call it. I don't need to do that again. Alright. Done here. Make our way over to... Let's try and make our way over to the closest city, Saronia. We've got some equipment we can perhaps get rid of. And if I take a look at our journal here, rebuild your clan. Almost big enough of a party. We've got the renown. We are clan tier 1 now, and almost enough money. So we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Be very soon. Wonder if I should actually take a look at our party here. Would like to get 9 infantrymen, and then we can take a look at having archers. Intercept these guys. Try and get them up against the coast here. Oh, it's gonna be dark, isn't it? Ah, they've just snaked by me, perhaps. Come on, chase them down. No, too far, too far. Shouldn't get distracted by the task at hand, of course. So up to Saronia, and let's see what we can do over here, shall we? First of all, to the smithy we go. We have some wood, but I don't think we'll need to... yeah, let's go ahead and smelt this blacksmith's hammer down. Beautiful. We are unlocking pieces we can use later to forge our own blade, which we will 100% do, folks, because when you forge your own sword, you can name it. And someone like Partia, of course he wants to name a sword after himself or his deeds or what have you. So let's see, clay over here. Maybe it's time to just get rid of it. We can get rid of the wrought iron. Look at that money. Look at that money. Get rid of some of this stuff as well. Keep my headcloth, of course, sentimental value. Get rid of these shoes too. 363? Perhaps it's time to get rid of the clay. Oh, but the money we could have made off of it. It's so difficult. That's going to be our, Waterloo, isn't it? We're going to carry that to the end of days. And let's go ahead and move up to Jaguris over here. And maybe it's time to raise some more men to our banner. Do exactly that. What do you have for me? Extortion by deserters. No, I'm okay. Let's see what's going on at Samatha. Ooh, hello. I want to intercept this caravan if possible, please. I'd like to speak to them. Could have intercepted that as well, but we'll catch up to these guys soon enough, I'm sure. Gotta give them some time. Maybe we take on these looters in the meanwhile. Nope. Being chased off by villagers. Shameful. There's that caravan again. Want to make sure it doesn't get away from me. Oh, it's going to, isn't it? Of course it is. Of course it is. Speed of 3.4. I should perhaps get some more, horses, like I was saying earlier, I think. Greetings. This caravan is owned by Jagatai the Clothier. We trade under the protection of Mesui, master of Balthakand. How may we help you? What news of the markets? You can buy beer from Saronia to sell it at Chaikand for 34. That is barely helpful. Carry on. It's not all that much money. Not all that much money at all. Like, that's not enough of a difference to drive me there. I want to head to Makeb and Samatha, eh? Well, Samatha first. Samatha, sorry. We can see what's up in Myzea as well, since we're right here. Handful of looters here and there we can maybe have a conversation with. Catch my meaning. Still have about 17 days of food. So still feeling comfortable there. Now you can see in terms of speed, our prisoners are slowing us down, so let's get rid of them. And we have some footmen on horses that's helping us. So that's why we want more horses. We want more of our footmen to be riding on horseback. That'll speed us up overall, significantly. So over here to the tavern, ransom our prisoners. Gained a level. A skill point in roguery. Very nice. And if we take a look at 19. The Imperial Charger is getting cheaper and cheaper. Unfortunate. At our party, we can upgrade the Imperial Infantrymen, but I first want to get 10 infantrymen before I move them all up another step. Just for the sake of keeping things a little clean and organized, I suppose. Now what's going on at Samatha? Ooh, hello. We speak with you. Do you have any information to offer? Please. Traveling to Myzea. Maybe we can intercept you before you get in there, or we'll just wait for you out here. Come on now. Come on out. Nope. Have to wait so long sometimes. Waiting outside the city. He is not moving. Very well, then we shall move. We don't have all day. And now he leaves. Of course. Come no closer. Oh, my name is Partia, sir. Alright, one of the most illustrious families. Well, do you know anything about the Battle of... God. Okay, well. Near Samatha. Oh, really? Still? Well then. Let's perhaps... Oh, are you kidding me? He's right here. What are the chances? Lucan's army. Let's speak to him. Let us speak to him. We've chased after him for so long. That's close enough. Who are you? My name is Partia, sir. Lucan, rightful emperor of Kilradians. I am lord of Diathma and Ergoron. I shall have my scribes make a note of your name. Well, can you tell me anything about the Battle of Pendrake, please? Yes, I was a junior officer on Neretzi's staff. People say much about the battle that betrays a lack of understanding of Neretzi's and of the circumstances he faced. Neretzi's had an obligation to avenge the Battanian attacks on our land. He marched out with all the forces he could gather. The Valandians betrayed us, but that's what you expect from honorless barbarians. Fortune favored the enemy. What matters is that we did what honor required. Perhaps Neretzi's was rash, sending our infantry up into the hills to storm the Battanian fort, but he thought he could grab the pass quickly, before the enemy had time to reinforce it. If he had made the other wager, and that turned out to be wrong, people would say he was hesitant. I stayed with Neretzi's until we were forced back to our camp by the Sturgian infantry, and then fought on the battlements. Eventually, we could hold them no longer. I did not see what happened to Neretzi's or to our banner. Arenikos got us out of there, and got us home. I did not respect Arenikos before, but that day I saw he was worthy to be emperor. Thank you, Lucan. I've chased you from one end of the map to the other. I've learned just that little bit more. We've spoken to 2 out of 10 nobles. Our clan has been mostly rebuilt. We've got almost enough money. Really, just have to sell our horse and we'll be fine if we wanted to rush this. and we need to hire a companion as well. Now, we could make our way over to Makeb, or even Amprella over here. See if there are any, there's any wealth to be made, but find ourselves a good resting place as well for the time being. Maybe we can engage some more looters en route as well. We've done pretty well for ourselves. We will have to go looking for a companion to join us as well, as soon as we've, you know, got everything else sorted. What do you have here? Artisans can't sell. Nah, not interested in that. Let's go ahead and probably just get rid of our clay. Make 217. Still making money. Still making money. Could purchase something else and sell some cotton somewhere, for example. I look at that 57. That's what happens, though. You see these rumors and you get drawn by them like a naive trader. Can sell at Sironia for 110. That's not much of a profit margin. Vostrum, too far away from here to maintain that price. That rumor is old. Ooh, a heavy nasal helm overlaced cloth. That is good armor. I should perhaps pick that up. Sure. You know what? I'll give you all my clay. You give me one of these. I'll still make some money. We still have about 15 days of food. So done. Take a look at our inventory. That's some actual head armor. Getting there. We're getting there. I wish I could wear the wrappings underneath. And this is our civilian wear. Pretty good looking, I think. Pretty happy with our overall look. But I think Amprella is a good place to perhaps rest. We've gotten rid of our prisoners. We've gotten rid of our clay. We've picked up some recent intel, at least about where some people might be that we wish to speak to. And hopefully that will drive us in the right direction. Now, if we take a look down south really quickly, I do want to see what's happened here. So Hassan Falk did fall indeed. It did. You still at war? I'm very curious to see. I just want to see, let's see, if we go to Kingdoms and we take a look at the Aserai, they are still at war with the Southern Empire. Oof. That's rough. Hopefully it's come to something of a standstill and it'll push back. They've taken the castle up over here as well. It worries me because, of course, it is my people that I wish to join eventually as a vassal and you know, perhaps a lord. But if they don't exist, I might have to carve a nation out for myself. But folks, today, or rather today's chapter, ends now and here in the northern city of Amprella. I hope you enjoyed this session. Like I said before, if you want to see more Bannerlords on the channel, let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below. If you have any thoughts on what you'd like to see out of this campaign, what interests you most or least, you let me know. You want me to read out everything that people say? Let me know. You'd rather I don't do that? Say so. I always look to the comments for feedback, and I'm really excited to cover this game and continue this campaign. And hopefully, you know, we're very close to completing some of these initial quests. Rebuilding our clan is almost done. We'll get the money in no time next session, and then we just have to hire a companion. We'll be done rebuilding the clan. And since we are tier 1, in fact, we can take a look and see that our clan is able to... well, I guess I can't show you. Well, it's able to take on mercenary tasks, so perhaps we take that on once we get our companion. Nonetheless, folks, this is where we're calling it a session. As always, a massive thanks goes out to all of my channel members and patrons for supporting the channel on a monthly basis. You keep us alive and running smoothly. And a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.